first time I met my mom I was scared at first because I didn't know what it was going to be like at all. I started crying really bad.
He didn't want to come at first. He was really nervous about leaving. He had been with the same foster family for a year, and he was probably worried about being moved. But he came and he spent those 4 days, and at the end of the time he didn't want to leave. And we kind of clicked really well during that time.
Stopped at McDonald's. I got a Happy Meal. I was excited. The cheeseburger, French fries, and I got a little Coke. It was good. I had a little toy. That made me quiet and happy. And after that, our family and our matters got a little more connected and bonding.
Me and Billy were really close because we were always together and stuff. And we hung out like all the time, like we did everything together. We wanted to be in the same classes at school, but of course they separated us. We had the same teachers, but he had one in the morning and I had the other one in the morning, and then we switched, so they kind of kept us apart at school.
We were really close to finalizing the adoption. I had already adopted Cameron, and we were a month away from finalizing the adoption with Billy and his brother.
You want a cannon?
No, we're not.
Make sure your pants.
Guess what you forgot?
What?
The bulb.
When there's an allegation, they take the kids out to do an investigation. It's to preserve the investigation, basically, so that the parents don't coach the kids into saying something that didn't happen or something that did happen. And they were gone, I believe it was close to 3 months. And when they're out of the home that long, they don't return, regardless of what was found out in the investigation.
I decided that at a point that you shouldn't keep a kid from not being with his family. It tears up his emotions, his feelings towards family members, and I didn't connect or bond with any family members because I already had a family. I had a home all alone, and it really teared me up inside. I stayed sad mostly all my life until now.
He was gone. He remembered our number, and so he was able to call us. CPS had told him not to call us, and he had disobeyed them. He had snuck out at night when his foster parents were sleeping to call us, and so he was calling us, and we weren't allowed to call him. But now that he's back, it's like I hate to say that he was never gone because we still have that empty space from all those years that he was gone, but now that he's back, it's almost like he was never gone because my relationship with him has just snapped right back into place just as it was. Him and I are just as close as we were before he left, and my mom and him are just as close as before he ever left. And
I think Billy really comprehends that he has a family. I don't think he gets that because, you know, he knows that we love him, and he knows that, you know, he has a place to live, but I don't think he really knows that it's a permanent thing. You know, he's really worried about graduating high school, and I think it's because he feels like if he doesn't contribute, if he doesn't do anything, then he's going to be kicked out. I guess that is a normal feeling for him. I mean, he was kicked out in several placements. He was adopted and returned. And I can't imagine how that feels to be adopted and returned, like you're some crummy Christmas present that somebody didn't like.
Well, Mother's Day is going to be really good. Actually, it's going to be perfect. I'm trying to do a little surprise for my mom, my grandma. I'm going to do both. I'm going to get my brother in it, and see if he wants to. But it's good because we're connected, and it's always going to be good. Mother's Day, your sons or daughters should always do something special that will always let your mother know that, hey, Mom, we're still here, we still love you, and you pulled us through this far, either through hell or wind. You brought us this far. We're going to make this day one that you will remember and special from our hearts. So.